If you really wanted to sit down with me myself, I don't think you could, but we'll use the prior interviews as something that you can gauge in the natural of what you perceive. I've heard a lot of rumors about me. Me, we'll use the natural to try and give you an idea of it. It's not anything like that, no. My position a lot of times, sniper. Um, I'll say that I saved the president through somebody else. So I mean, mostly the smartest move, do it through someone else or through the spirit. Um, it's he doesn't move anymore. So I mean, there's a lot that comes with it. Sometimes it's wound him and then see where he's going to. Now you have 4 or 5 different ones. Uh, Keep him alive for a little bit. It's um, those are moments in your life that can serve a higher purpose. Like you're gonna serve God either way. So 33 confirmed kills, no, but there's some there's too much for me to answer all those questions. Um, I think a lot of times people don't recognize the real thing. The real thing sits down and says, "No, it was like this. No, this was that." So I mean, stateside, there's been a few things, but that was God decided this wasn't just and wanted to. We've been at war, so I don't know what people want to know on that. They'd have to ask questions. Um, since I can perceive those. As a sniper, I guess I'll go there with it. No, no, it's nothing like any of these people that people idolize. You're in a whole different bubble, really. Um, Stalking is a whole different thing. There's no encouragement. There's no. Your intelligence comes from your team. Your team is far away from you. They're in different countries, or they're in their own battle. So you're actually kind of, what do you need? You're in a support position. And then from there, it's usually a principality. If it's a principality, they can come in all forms, but once you've hunted one down, you know where they're at. And then from there, it's observation. You observe. And then you know more than you say, and you just kind of wait it out sometimes. You're positioned where you're positioned. That's the perfect perch. A lot of things. I wish I could give you my Christian testimony on it, but it was given before heaven. God did not authorize it to come out on video, so here we are talking. You think you're safe, and that's the biggest thing. A sniper's job is to bring reality to you, and then you don't actually have it confirmed. That was actually from God. That was a shot from heaven until it actually hits. And then you question it. Like, was that actually from God? So it has to be in the perfect timing where you know you prayed or you did something wrong, then the shot comes, then something goes tragically wrong. Then you know you really got hit. You're under watch at all times. It's not from this chair, I can see all across the earth where I'm going to take the shot. So I prayed about before even making this interview, who I can do it through, or do it myself, or how it's gonna go. It's gonna touch you either way. That's the entire point of the shot. So when I'm triangulating a shot, I take probably, if I was actually hunting you, minimum 6 months. Just to get down your routine, and I'll walk with you. That's called stalking. And I'll walk with you so I can trace your steps. Once I can trace your steps, and then I know what you're gonna do, then I'm already leading you into the shot. So the shot's already lined up before you even get hit. It's been waiting for you. You're just walking into it. But it's not until uh, it's not only gonna hit you, it's gonna maybe three or four of your friends are gonna see it, and then from there, it's gonna be the perfect shot. It doesn't matter. You can come through a car, you can come through, slip in your shower, fall off a ladder, make one mistake, and then it's just at the perfect time, and it's. I like to make videos about it so you can know it was me. But either way, I mean, how was LA burnt down? Dumb moves. What were the dumb moves in that? What was the insurance payment? How much were you paying? Like, it was lined up. Why weren't you able to pay for the house? What did you do afterwards? Now you're moving. It's So I thought you were stars, and then the message got sent clear. Um, that was what was it? Montecito, and then you guys had perceived royalty go there. So we lined it up perfectly on that. And then what we saw happen afterwards, and all the stars are crying and making videos, and everybody's sympathizing with them, right? And we were just like, all right, well, what have you done in your life? If these people can fall, what makes you think you can? And then it trickled down because we always had a problem with LA anyway. So once, the shots decided, it's just a matter of time. And then it's, what do you do in the meantime? Shoot somewhere else. So it's about laying down this one survived. They're alive, so that's good. That's mercy. Their house burnt down. They shouldn't have burned down my house. So then, if you can't see the alignment of what they were connected to, then it was a shot at the devil. So, I mean, however they see themselves as not being a part of that, but all of Hollywood pretty much kind of knew. It's been exposed through Jim Caviezel, Mel Gibson, other people. They've been talking about it. So if they talk about it, then I take the shot, and it kind of backs them up. Then they sit there in their faith and they're like, yeah, we were telling you God was going to do this. And then I get called into it, and then it's pretty much, yeah, it happened. So then once you see it, like usually I'm triangulating maybe a mudslide to go with it, and then Rio was mocking us, and then they got hit with the flood. But we haven't really finished with LA. We burnt down Paradise, and then we have a few other spots we're gonna hit. But giving you fair warning. Um, what was it? Paradise, and then we looked at it as we gave you fair warning. So from there, whatever they're doing, and then we don't recognize the stars. We don't know them too much. Selena Gomez used to be one of ours, and we saw how she responded to it. And then I'm sure that type of thing that happens in your life probably causes you some type of maybe things aren't okay. And then from there, we'll trickle down how much influence we actually have and control. And then you'll understand when I tell you something, I mean it. You have to be on top of everybody's relationship or whatever they're saying in the name of Jesus. I know Jesus, I know this, and everything's going fine for them while they have the stage, and then something happens, and they're just. If you were in your little house and something happened to your little house, you would take notice. Just like they have a big house, something happened in their big house, they took notice. But it's really about moving the insurance companies towards more of a friendly movement towards those that, for whatever reason, decided that was their dream house and that's where they should be. We told them to move, like Florida. Like, we regularly beat the shit out of Florida. And they're doing what they're doing. Um, this is just America. We were doing things in Australia. We hit uh, Indonesia pretty hard. We hit uh, Japan. We really let Japan know what's going on, and all things trickle down. They eventually start praying, and that's what's important. Um, stateside, there's been some things. I mean, there's been some things. There's been a few. My dad calls them pot shots. There's been a few. Only certain people would notice it, but it's been symbolic. I mean, I won't. It's an in and out thing because I wouldn't. Usually, my thought process is two birds, one stone. So I mean, there's been some messages sent. Yeah. Hmm. Oh yeah, I'm pretty good. Yeah. No, 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 no. A lot of training. A lot of training went into this war. So I mean, there's a lot that it doesn't take much to push them. And once they're there, and then they need precision. They get it from heaven. Yeah. Um, we handle things outside of the realm of what people think is good. A lot of times we do, but it serves its purpose, and I think that's what a lot of people don't understand. Um, nah, because Navy SEAL training is way different than what people think. Navy SEAL training is go to this city, just you, survive. It's not easy. It's mind numbing. It breaks your will. And then once your will is broken, I've gone through it. I taught a class a year ago on it. And once you get out of the panic mode and you find out if you're really wanting what you asked for, did you really want to be a vessel for Jesus? Did you really want to get into this life? Uh, it's never saying no to God. And then from there, if you graduate, and it's an amazing thing for you. It's a victory. Not many people make it. But they're recognized in heaven, and then from there you get promoted and things like that. How you don't just turn into a sniper. You got to learn stalking. You got to learn being still. Your life is not your own. You have to learn all of these things that when your family's turning against you, Christmas is not yours. Thanksgiving is not yours. You are on call. You get your order. You carry it out. And then you get more orders. Now you're going to move to this city. You don't even know why, because I told you to. And then from there, it's a life. And those that don't know about it, I don't know what to tell you. So the whole, whatever the bickering is, for what? What did you do? What did you give up? Like, how does it line up with scripture? Why would you think you're known in heaven when all of us have done all these things? To me, it's kind of funny. It really is, because none of us ever had support except for God Himself. So obviously we know God, right? So that's the most important thing. And that, to me, your perception is really, really skewed. Because if you were taking a mathematical equation, why are you even living? Because God allowed it. Now, what are you doing? Now, does that equal something for the mission or something against the mission? Okay, so now everybody's glorifying the name of Jesus. Great. Is that something for the mission or against the mission? And then if you don't know the Supreme Commander Michael, then it's, and if you know Michael and then the reputation that comes with that, then that's not uh, good for you. If he didn't assign the mission and you don't know what you're, because that's what he does. Like, Michael sorts things out. Michael is neither for the church nor the world, he's for God. So then when I get involved with things, it's about God's temperament a lot of times. If he feels like having mercy, then there's mercy. If he doesn't, then there's not a lot of that. And then he decides like how he wants to handle things, and then from there, orders get issued, and then it depends on how he feels about it. Uh, how did I get into the life? Being God's only one begotten Son. I got into the life like everybody else. He was waiting. There was this war about to pop off, and then it was pretty much test after test after test after test after test. Um, he really he's a jealous God, but he's not jealous. Like, he's God. He doesn't have a reason to be jealous. Um, it was more about trust. It was about trust. Like everybody knew the concept of the second coming and the rapture and all this, and he was just like those people that stayed with him. I remember the test was always, you have your chance to escape, you have your chance to do whatever you want to do, but will you stay with me? And it was yeah, of course. And then, the motives of your heart start coming out, and he's pointing things out. He never really took that approach of, I'm going to hold you to this, I'm going to hold this against you. He never did that. You started to get to know him, and then you start what he likes, what he thinks is exciting, what excites him, and then it would start to excite you, and then you get pretty much pulled into it, and it became, I just want to be with you. And once you reach that point, um, everybody makes their own decision. Um, he would let you go to an extent. If he knew you were going to choose him, then no, he wouldn't let you go. But there were waves, waves of recruits, right? Before I got into Navy SEAL training, there were waves of recruits, and people didn't make it. And it was just, it's a one-on-one thing, and work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. But once he started really getting to that point that he was really storing up wrath, and he was going to pour it down, and he wanted like soldiers, and he wanted executions, and he wanted traitors, just barbed wire across the neck, pull you up, and just make an example out of you. From there, it became, a lot of people fell away, and us, we were kind of like, I understand. And from there, you gave your life to him. And I think that was a huge thought process of his, that he didn't want people to think that he was evil, or that he was just doing this for no reason. And then once he really let you into that place that a lot of people aren't, then you understand more. And then a lot of people aren't there, or they'd be living differently. But that's for us to know. As a sniper, to me, when I think about killing someone, it's a threat to my family. It's a threat to God's children. So to me, it's not really a thought process of whether that person should be living. It's their time is up. So it's probably back to my reputation from Exodus or something like that. But when I think about the wars that are going on and everything like that, everything is the way it was gonna be. It doesn't. I don't bat my eyelashes about it. Uh, we always think about. We dissect this whole our new movement, if we have a revival in Iran or China, our people, which ones are really ours versus the fake Christians, just like in America, it's the same thing. When we saw Sudan and all of that, um, there's people that aren't really Christians that, you know, like they had converts in Babylon with the Jews and all of that. They weren't really Jews. So mixing it up and all of that, it's not quite the mess it seems to be because each person is gonna understand why they were placed there. And we all pretty much we make our choices each day. And it's when the judgment came, people weren't understanding this is the judgment. And they're talking about the rapture, and now it's going to happen any other day, and the judgment's going to happen. Nah. Uh, it happened 3 years ago. So we've been part of the resurrection and all kinds of things like that you just weren't privy to. The invitations were given. That's it. That's it. I love you.